Alright, well today is December 17th, 2011. It is Saturday, and it is the Project for Awesome Day. I know I am really late today, but I had some Christmas with some in-laws earlier and throughout most of the day today. So I am just doing this because AdoptUSkids.org. Of course, as it sounds in the name, it is for adoption, and it helps with adopting kids. And this is a big part of my life since I am the youngest of 18. Not all adopted, but 12 are adopted, 4 fostered, and then 2 of us biological to our parents, to the parents that raised us all. I'm one of the biological. I'm the youngest of every single one of us, and there were 15 in the house at one particular time. And my parents actually had a bus, a full-size school bus, that they drove us around in when we went on trips. And I've heard that going to the grocery store was an enormous deal, like 10 to 15 shopping carts full of food. Now, to get through these times also, my dad was a carpenter, did odds and ends and things like that, so he did a lot of work for the school that my brothers and sisters and I went to, bartering back and forth basically. He did their floors and their roofing and things like that in exchange for tuition, because it was a private school, a little Catholic school. So adoption is a huge deal, and it's changed a lot of these kids' lives that my parents adopted. Now, how they came to get so many of them was, a lot of times, my mom knew a lot of social workers and was very involved with family-type organizations. So even in the middle of the night, they would get a phone call, my parents would, and they would say they have 3 or 4 siblings that they didn't want to split up. Would they be willing to take them in? So what would happen is the children that they did have, they would bring us all downstairs, and they would ask us if it was okay if they went and they brought home some more kids. And then there was never an issue. I don't remember a lot of this because either I wasn't born yet, or I was just too young to remember. So we have a lot of stories, and I've heard them over and over again throughout the years at Christmas and Thanksgiving and family reunions, and I never get tired of hearing them because I have some really good storytellers. But these kids that my parents adopted, some of them were special needs kids, and some of them just didn't have a home. Some of them had alcoholic parents and parents who were into drugs and things like that. So this goes on all over the world, of course. But it has been such a big deal in my life. I have black brothers and sisters, and it makes no difference to me at all what color someone's skin is. I've grown up with it, and my parents weren't biased at all. So it's a great thing in my eyes to adopt, whether it's interracial or international or whatever. But kids need homes, and my wife and I, we've talked about adopting before. And of course it's a process, and it's expensive a lot of times, and it's not an easy thing to do, so it's quite a commitment in itself just to go through the process, and then actually finding the child, and then getting to know them, and them getting to know you, finding a good match, and then actually adopting them, having trial periods, and going on with the rest of your lives as a family. So this is really important to a lot of kids and to a lot of families, and for parents who, well, for individuals who want to be parents who aren't able to be on their own because they can't conceive or for whatever reason, or for families who already have children who want more children, who want to give something back, who want to be able to give these kids a home. Even the older ones, I think, I can't say especially the older ones, but the older ones really need a lot of work, and they've developed a lot, and so they're not as impressionable as the younger ones, and so I think that's why the older children tend to get left out a bit more, 17-year-olds and things like that, because they're so defined in who they are already, and they've been exposed to a lot, and they may have anger issues and things like that. Younger children can have that too. But my main point in all this rambling is that AdoptUSkids is a great organization. So go to AdoptUSkids.org, check it out, talk to caseworkers, find out what you can do to help this organization Because every organization like this needs help. They need support, whether it's financial, moral, people writing letters on their behalf, things for the kids, around Christmas time, holidays, or just any time. So check out AdoptUSkids.org and do a little something for these kids that need someone.